What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. And what an incredible day we've had today. You can see that we had a very large expansion on the Monday. And yeah, we actually ran right through the liquidity targets, which I was expecting to get taken out later on in the week, which is completely fine. We can simply adjust to this. Now, one thing to note is that when you have Mondays that run this fast, and we're running really fast right now at the beginning of the week, it's likely that we're going to have some kind of reversal at on the Wednesday or Thursday. And the reason for this is because this is showing a rush to liquidity. So we're clearly in a rush to get to some kind of imbalance, maybe this weekly fair value gap or some kind of PD array that will then initiate a potential reversal later in the week. So that's just something to be wary of. But yeah, before I continue, I do want to remind you, definitely join the mailing list. The link is in the description. This month I have some content going out. So yeah, definitely get on the mailing list. I nearly have 100 of you guys subscribed, so it would be great if you guys could get on there. And yeah, so hopefully if you watched yesterday's video, if you haven't, go and watch that just so you get an idea of what all these PD arrays are. If you remember, I was anticipating us to trade higher first and then expand lower, but you can see we pretty much just ran straight lower and ran out south stops here, and just about took out this monthly south side liquidity low as well. So again, we're clearly in a rush, which means we're likely going to have a reversal on maybe the Thursday. And yeah, moving into tomorrow, I am expecting a continuation of downwards price action, and I'd like to think that we can start entering this weekly fair value gap. So again, if you watch yesterday's video, you'll know that I drew our attention to this range right here between this low and this high. Now this is an imbalance in price, so I want to see if price can deliver lower and start to try and fill this. So I am looking for price to continue moving down towards that. Let's now drop down to the 4 hour, and I will get rid of a few things just because we don't need them anymore, such as this. And you can see how we just about took out this monthly south side liquidity. So moving into tomorrow, I'm not really expecting much. What I want to see is I want to see the Asian range trades in like a consolidation, and then preferably see London just continue the movement lower and start to run into this weekly fair value gap. So I do want to see more bearish price action. And then after that, I'm probably just going to wait and allow price to do its thing. Remember, non-farm payroll this week, and we are at the middle of the year, so a lot can go on right now. So I'm going to be very cautious. But yeah, crazy movement lower. So we traded higher, running out these stops, and then we had a reversal around 6 a.m., breaking market structure, and from then price just ran to the downside, and it's been continuing since. So there's not really much to say other than the fact that I want to see us keep working our way towards this weekly fair value gap. Obviously, we have clear displacement here. I'm not trying to call bottoms, but like I said, I'd like to think that once we do reach this weekly fair value gap, then we can start thinking about potential reversals happening inside of this range. But obviously, we need to get there first. So like I said, let the Asia range trade. And then as we move into that London session tomorrow morning, I'd like to see a continuation lower to start diving deep into the weekly fair value gap on dollar. We have a nice bearish order block right here on the hourly. I'd like to think that can provide resistance because it shouldn't really get traded through on the upside if we're not finished. And I'm not convinced that we're finished. So that's why I want to see this provide resistance. So if we do trade back into this, that will be a shorting opportunity on dollar with longs on the pairs to send it another leg lower and run into this weekly fair value gap. If we look over here as well, you'll see there's a massive imbalance and a nice big bullish order block right here. Let's get this bullish order block marked out, just so that we have an idea of where price may want to react when we do get into this range. So yeah, I'm pretty much just watching to get down to below the south side liquidity, as I said, and then from then on, potentially a reversal or some kind of retracement back higher. But until then, I just want to see a continuation of this very heavy falling. So that's going to be everything on dollar. Very simple. Again, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, go check it out. There's a lot more detail on my expectations for the week, and you can see how we pretty much hit all of the south side targets that I called out in one day. And again, that's showing some kind of rush. They're in a rush to get somewhere. Why? Because they obviously want to do some kind of craziness towards the end of the week. So let's head on to GBP USD. We're going to start here on the daily as well. And you can see massive expansion. Again, running out both of the stops, which I draw our attention to right here, buy side. So now we're above this. What do I want to see? Our next target will simply be this rejection block level right here. And then it'll be these highs. So I'm going to get these all delineated very clearly. This is a rejection block level, like so. And then we also have a daily high right here, buy side liquidity. And you can see that we've just taken out this buy side. So what I'm looking at now is this wicks range. This wicks range, remember wicks are gaps too. It should now provide support. So if we retrace back into this range, I want to see the 50% level of this provide support. Very simple concept. And this will allow me to frame potential setups moving into the new day. So like I said, if we come back down into here, maybe during Asia or maybe early in London, I'd be looking for longs to then start thinking about running out these relative equal highs right here and work our way up towards that daily rejection block, depending on how bearish dollar wants to be. So let's go down to the 4 hour just to get a better look at price. And you can see we have this massive up close candle right here, very nice. And it'll be nice to see if we can come back down into that range, find support and get a nice reversal to run into these buy stops. Look at these relative equal highs, this high and this high. Definitely a nice target for price. And then we have a nice bearish order block up here that price may want to respond to as well. So there's a few levels I want to be watching if price keys off, but overall I'm bullish moving into the morning of Tuesday, and then potentially in New York we may see some kind of retracement or consolidation. So we do have to be very wary, and obviously when you have this much of an expansion this early on in the week, it will throw itself into consolidation very quickly. So now the idea of trading Wednesday is not really ideal. However, it'll be nice to see if we can continue higher first and then give it a chance to catch itself before we see any kind of pullback. So that's my expectations running into GBP. Let's take a look at Euro. And we'll start here on the daily as well. And you can see massive expansion on Euro. Ran out the buy side liquidity I drew our attention to yesterday as well. Absolutely crazy. What am I looking at? The wicks. Why? Because they're gaps too, meaning that they should act like inversion fair value gaps. So if when price retraces back into here, if it does, we're looking for this to provide support to then send it where we have a nice rejection block level here and then a potential reach for these highs up here as well. So let's just get these marked out. We've got buy side liquidity here. We've got rejection block level right here. Move that to the right and centerize it. And then I want to see if this provides support. If this gives way and we trade through it on the downside, I then want to see it simply act as resistance, and then we can start looking for sell side PD arrays to potentially get traded to, such as this massive range down here. But like I said, preferably we'd see support found within this range, and you can see there's an up close candle as well. So it's an old high, find support on that, and then we can start running up into this rejection block level, which is also lined up with a 4 hour bearish order block. So this is a very, what's the word? It seems like an obvious draw on liquidity, and because we have layered PD arrays that price can trade into here, we have the rejection block on the daily, we have the 4 hour bearish order block, and we have the fair value gap as well. So as far as I'm concerned, once price reaches this level, I'd want to see it I'd want to see it turn around at that point. So again, moving into London, I'd like to see it potentially drop lower, find support in this range, and then expansion moving up into this range, and then I'll simply see, okay, do we want to reverse out of it, or does it want to continue? But like I said, I am anticipating some kind of reversal very soon. So I mean, not reversal, sorry. I am expecting some kind of consolidation very soon, with how fast we've moved on the Monday, continuation on the Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'll probably stay out just so that they can do what they need to do to set themselves up for non-farm payroll and such. So that's going to be everything, guys. I hope you found this insightful. Very quick video today. Definitely go and check out yesterday's video just so you can see what I drew our attention to, and how crazy today was in how quick it drew right to the liquidity targets I had marked out. So that's going to be everything. Don't forget to join the mailing list, smash subscribe, drop a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.